How's it going, everybody? It is I, Visual. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, and welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle versus Marisol over here in the Anything Goes tier. So I'm going to be using a ZU team in Anything Goes, playing against people that want to use whatever they want. Basically, that's Anything Goes, and they can do whatever they want. And yeah, let's get right into it. I love this team. It's made by Banham, and it has some really interesting mons. I'll have the poke paste in the description down below if you want to try it out. And yeah, if you do enjoy these videos, make sure to hit that like button on the video as well. Appreciate it. So we are going to lead off with Smeargle, and the Smeargle has EVs in defense and special defense with max speed on it. No HP EVs, which is interesting to me. But yeah, my team that I'm using is an actual ZU team. You could use it in ZU, but you can use like every single mon in it, which is pretty dope. He leads off with the Stunfisk, and I just want to get my hazards up as they go into Trevenant. So this Smeargle has Stealth Rocks, Sticky Webs, and U-Turn, so Momentum, you can do that. And then you have Spore, but Spore, you can't Spore a Grass type like Trevenant. Can't Spore any Grass type, since that's how Spore works in Gen 7. So unfortunately I can't put this guy to sleep, and even if he Leech Seeds me and Will-O-Wisp burns me, that's fine. Smeargle's just there to get up the hazards, annoy the opponents with Status Spore, and just get the heck on out of there with U-Turn. And I can go into whatever I really want on this Trevenant. I don't want to go into Regigigas because just in case he Leech Seeds or burns me, that could suck. And plus my Regigigas only has a normal attacking move with Frustration, which would really suck too. But there is ways I can make the Trevenant take damage with one of my moves on Regigigas. So I go into Meganium as in came the Stunfisk, which is pretty nice because Meganium is actually a max special attack, modest nature Meganium, which is pretty dope. Gonna do some good chip to the Stunfisk. Stunfisk just has really good special defense in general. It's probably max HP too. So Stunfisk gets the rocks up right there. Smart for them to switch out into Trevenant on my Smeargle because they know that Smeargle usually carries Spore. And now they go into the Trevenant as I go for a Toxic over here, because I had a feeling they might want to switch out after I showed Giga Drain. I don't think they would stay in, especially since they knew to go into Trevenant on my Smeargle, so that's why I go for the Toxic right there, getting a nice timer on that Trevenant, which is important for my Regigigas to maybe win the game. So I go into Swoobat now on this Trevenant because Swoobat can take the Will-O-Wisp if they wanted to go for that and the Leech Seed, but they went for a Phantom Force. I'm like, okay, we're going to go into a normal type since that is a Ghost type move, and Regigigas with that Soul Start ability, you already know, 5 turns, its attack and speed is halved, which is very unfortunate for Regigigas. He just can't get it going. Maybe he needs to get some treatment, but maybe he'll get a buff too in Gen 8. I don't know, we'll see. Probably in a Gen 4 remake he'll get a buff, potentially. But yeah, I have Confuse Ray on this Regigigas. We can confuse mons, and we have Substitute as well, so we can try and get Regigigas to start going within 5 turns. So we also have Thunder Wave on this Regigigas as well. That's like the best possible route you could probably get Regigigas going. And once you get it going, oh baby, that base 160 attack stat, physical attack stat is insanity. It hits like a truck, and I have no EVs in attack as well. This Regigigas is running max defense EVs and max special defense EVs with an adamant nature, which is very interesting. The EVs, it's like a Chinese spread, I don't know, but it works out pretty nicely actually, because Regigigas has 110 base HP and defensive stats, which is pretty nice. I mean, if you look at its stats in general, it's all across the board really good. It's just that dang ability, Soul Start, really hinders it, and that's why it's in the ZU tier. Nobody uses it. If you guys don't know what ZU is, it's basically just a Smogon tier. You can Google Smogon tiers if you want. But it means 0 used, and ZU is lower than PU. And PU is like one of the lowest tiers, and ZU is even lower than that. So these guys are 0 used. Nobody uses them. Like PU is pretty useless, or like PU you stink. But people use PU. ZU though, nobody. So Regigigas though, looking pretty good now because I'm getting my Regigigas, you know, actually doing some work with Thunder Wave and Confuse Ray. Can't paralyze this Stunfisk now, and then that's the turn right there when it says it in the bottom. It says Regigigas finally got its act going. And then, oh baby, its Frustrations are going to do a lot of damage. Now you don't have to run Frustration. You can run probably Return if your Regigigas loves you. But my Regigigas does not love me because I never use him until now. And yeah, frustration is basically the same as return. It's just if your Pokemon doesn't love you and has no friendship. So it's also nice just in case if you run into a Ditto. Usually Ditto do have max happiness usually, or just a lot of happiness. So the frustration will do nothing when you play against the Ditto, because that's how frustration works. Frustration does very little damage when your Pokemon has a lot of happiness. So we knock out Stunfisk, in comes the Starmie. I just go for a Confuse Ray just to get that nice confusion. Confusion is only 30% chance to hit yourself in Gen 7. It used to be 50%, but they nerfed it. I guess anything in like that was broken in VGC back in Gen 6, they kind of nerfed, like Talonflame and all that. Mega Kangaskhan they nerfed. So yeah. And they nerfed Confusion, and they also nerfed like Dark Void too a while back. So that's unfortunate for Darkrai, but yeah, we knocked that Starmie right out of the ballpark right there. In comes Kamo Scales. He could have Clanger Soul Blaze or like Clanger Scales. That could hit through sub since it is a sound move. But Regigigas is probably bulk enough to live that, and we can just go for the Thunder Wave, paralyze that Kamo, and if it gets full parrot, oof, that is unfortunate for that Kamo. Not looking too good for Marisol. Everything just can't break through Regigigas. Paralyzed, confusion, getting to a KO. It gets full parrot again. Oh man, at this point, I might as well just forfeit. I mean, they forfeited. And they did forfeit right there. They're like, alright, I'm done. And Regigigas makes somebody forfeit. Wow. You never thought you'd hear those words, huh? Alright, GG to Marisol. Actually, I remember this battle. They just challenged me randomly, like when I was on Festival Plaza. Like, I don't even know who that was. Sometimes that happens. I'm like, alright, let's just battle this random person that challenges me. I don't know how, but it worked out pretty nicely. So next up we got is going to be Mika. And yeah, Mika's just bringing some Anything Goes team. All these guys are going to be Anything Goes. And sometimes I like to bring ZU versus Anything Goes just to see if I can, you know, win the game with it. So looking at Mika's team, pretty threatening actually. I thought it was like a VGC team too. It has like Cresselia, Incineroar, Tapu Fini. Those guys are really popular in the VGC 2019 Ultra Series, I think. Incineroar has like over 50% usage. And Tapu Fini has pretty good usage. I don't really see Cresselia used too much though. And then Pheromosa, Greninja, and Marshadow, you don't see them too much, but still really, really good. So let's get right into it. Gonna lead off with Smeargle. Smeargle is a really nice lead most of the time. But you got to be careful of certain threats that hit multiple times, like Skill Link, you'll see. And Taunt in general, since Smeargle doesn't have Mental Herb on it. But you could just switch out on those guys. So Incineroar could have Fake Outs, but I was just like, you know what, if it has Fake Out, I mean, I'm still faster. I could just Spore it. Spore something at least. Hopefully they don't go into Tapu Fini, because Tapu Fini's Mist Terrain will stop me from sporing anything grounded, which would suck. But yeah, they don't go for Fake Out. They don't even go to Tapu Fini. They just let me Spore that Incineroar, so I'll take it. So I just go for Sticky Webs. In comes the Greninja. Now, those words on the Greninja, the nickname, usually that means Battle Bond. Whenever they have that, I think it's just Japanese for Greninja, I'm pretty sure. I can't read it, but somebody probably can, or Google Translate it. But I'm pretty sure, like, most of the time I see Greninja with that nickname, or, you know, Japanese Greninja, that's usually Battle Bond. So they had Water Shuriken, they had Dark Pulse, and there is the Battle Bond right there. That's fine, because Smeargle got a Spore off. I got my hazards up, and yeah, that's all I really need Smeargle for. As long as they don't defog away my hazards, I should be good. So now I go into Kecleon. Kecleon is a Assault Vest with Fake Out, Sucker Punch, Drain Punch, and Knockoff with Max Attack, Max Speed, Jolly Nature, and we're just going to tank the Ash Greninja Dark Pulse and just knock it out with the Drain Punch right there. We are the better Protean Pokemon Greninja, because you're not Protean. Right now, you're Battle Bond. Imagine if Battle Bond Ashgren can have Protean too. Oh my lordy. That'd be banned. But not banned in Anything Goes. They can still use that in Anything Goes. I mean, heck, they can bring Mega Rayquaza if they want to. I'll bring ZU. So in comes Tapu Fini. I just go into Meganium as they throw off a Moonblast. My Kecleon can't really do much to Tapu Fini, which kind of sucks. The best thing I can do is knock off its item, then switch out. So yeah, because I only have Dark and Fighting moves on it. But my Meganium can do something with its max special attack modest nature with Giga Drain, but Tapu Fini packing that defog and staying in versus Meganium, which kind of sucks. It's because it took it really well, but that's Tapu Fini for you. It's probably just invested in HP and probably in defensives. So yeah, just naturally really, really bulky too. And Meganium is not really the most offensive Pokemon, but it's fun to use. So in comes Marshadow as I go for another Giga Drain. So that's some decent damage. Goes for the Poison Jab, and oh baby, you're going to take that Rocky Helmet from my Meganium, because I got that Rocky Helmet on there pretty nicely. Actually, this Meganium is actually max defense EVs on this. Yeah, a lot of these sets are interesting. I like it a lot. That's why I really like this team. Max defense EVs and max special attack EVs. So in comes the all-out pummel on Marshadow, not even Marshad EMZ on it. So that's pretty cool tech on there. But I know Meganium, with my heart, can live on 1 HP. That's what I'm talking about, Meganium. I was live streaming this battle too, and I was like, yeah, Meganium for sure lives this 100%, without a doubt. And I didn't know for sure, I mean, to be honest, but I was like, alright, come on, Meganium, better live in. It lived on 1 HP. That was a beautiful moment, I gotta say. And it happened live too, which is awesome. You can check that out probably in my streams playlist, because I do most of my Wi-Fi battles live. So yeah, Pheromosa gonna knock on Meganium. Hey, Meganium 1v1 that Marshadow, that's pretty dope. But cannot beat a Pheromosa, especially when it's at low HP. But hey, I've got some Rocky Helmet damage, just enough, so Kecleon could come in, fake it out, and Sucker Punch and knock it out. So I was pretty scared if Sucker Punch can't knock out Pheromosa, but Pheromosa is frail as hell. That Pokemon has barely any defense or special defense, so I was pretty sure that Kecleon can knock it out. And with Protean giving myself Stab, which is same type attack bonus, which is boosted 50% for any of your attacks that are the same as your type. And you turn into those types, so Sucker Punch and Fake Out, pretty nice, and knocked out Pheromosa. But yeah, in came Tapu Fini. I can't stay in versus it because I can't do much, so I go into Electivire, take it pretty nicely, that Moonblast, and let's go for a Wild Charge. This is just a max attack, max speed Electivire with a Jolly nature. In came Cresselia, takes absolutely nothing. Can't really do much to Cresselia because I'm not like Electrium Z or anything like that, so I'm just Fight EMZ with Cross Chop, Earthquake, and Ice Punch. Pretty nice coverage. Electivire has really good coverage, amazing coverage. I like it a lot. One of the best coverage Pokemon in the game. But can't really do much to Cresselia because I don't have that nice oomph and power. Cresselia is really, really dang bulky. So I want to go into Kecleon first and knock off its item. Maybe I could do some good damage. Maybe Cresselia doesn't have any recovery moves as well. It does have Leftovers. It does have Calm Mind. It could potentially have Moonlight. We'll see. But just want to get rid of its item first, and then I'm going to switch out into my Regigigas and go for a Thunder Wave. Now, it kind of worked out since Mist Terrain does wear off, but it doesn't really matter if Mist Terrain wears off because Cresselia is levitating. It's not on the ground, and when anything that's not on the ground can get statused when Mist Terrain is up. So yeah, it just kind of worked out though. Just like even if Cresselia was grounded, I could Thunder Wave it. Mist Terrain goes away. So get that nice yellow color off. Luckily they're not hitting me with any attacks. They're just calm minding up, which is awesome for me. They don't know the power of Regigigas. They underestimate Regigigas. They don't know. They don't know. Talk to them, Regigigas. Talk to them. We're going to substitute. We're going to hit him with that Confuse Ray. Or we're going to just hacks the crap out of these Pokemon with Regigigas. That's the only thing you're really good for because of that dang ability Slow Start, unfortunately. So, they're going for another Calm Mind, which I'm like, oh man, you really don't know. You don't know. Regigigas is about to do it. Regigigas is really about to do it to him. And we're going to get going because Frustration is about to hit like a truck. Man, I'm about to 2-hit kill this Cresselia with my Regigigas. You don't sleep on Regigigas. You sleeping on me in Gen 4? We both came out in Gen 4, Cresselia and Regigigas, but no. It's time to shine. It's time for you to shine, Regigigas. So yeah, they Slash Shock me. I'm faster because I paralyzed that Cresselia, and I just keep subbing even when my speed is halved. Their speed is half too, which is pretty nice. But yeah, Regigigas actually has pretty good speed too. Like once it gets going, got attack together right there. You guys saw it, the little tech. Has base 100 speed, which is pretty decent. Most Pokemon have that. And yeah, we just go for another Confuse Ray, get that nice confusion, 30% chance. And paralyzed, 25% chance for that to get full parrot. So pretty good odds for this Cresselia to just do absolutely nothing and hit itself in the face. And you just keep on subbing. So they don't even get a chance to like status Regigigas or even you know, get an attack off with all those special attack boosts. You can't even get that nice oomph and power. You just got to keep hitting my sub, and I'm just fishing for those hacks. Finally, they realize it's not going to work out. They switch out Cresselia into Tapu Fini. You got to be really, really lucky to break through Regigigas when you get Thunder Waved and you get Confused Rated. Like, you got to hope and pray that you're going to break through. So in comes Tapu Fini, and unfortunately Tapu Fini can't even save you because Cresselia is levitating. So yeah, and Tapu Fini is going to take a bunch from that Frustration, as you guys saw. And on top of that, that Moonblast doesn't even break my substitute with Regigigas because of the special defense EVs we have on it. Max special defense EVs. Cannot say that enough. That is insane. In comes Incineroar. That boy is or girl is asleep. My bad. And yeah, can't even intimidate me because we're behind a substitute, which is awesome. And it's just gonna stay asleep as we hit it with some frustrations. Unfortunately, though, this Incineroar is gonna take 2 of the frustrations because I guess they're just running max HP on it. Could be a Soul Vest as well. Could be just a Guava Berry, which, you know, or a Figgy Berry. I pop a berry. Usually that's what Incineroars like to run. It is gonna be the Pinch Berry. You got that Figgy Berry right there. And yeah, it's gonna restore some HP, but that's fine. That's like one of the standard sets for Incineroar and VGC too. Just running that Figgy Berry, and in general, just any kind of Incineroar, like an NU tier too. So he finally woke up. That's pretty nice. Oh, gee, my bad. And just goes for the Flare Blitz and breaks my substitute. But unfortunately, Regigigas is still faster, I'm pretty sure. And even if it's not, Incineroar can't even knock me out in one hit. The best thing they could really do is like Will-O-Wisp burn me if they had Will-O-Wisp. But that is not the case. We knocked that out, that Incineroar. And last but not least is the Cresselia. And yeah, they're just gonna forfeit as well because I mean, they just don't want to sit around and, you know, moonlight a bunch. But honestly, it would probably just be like maybe 5 more turns max. I'll just like click frustration multiple times because Cresselia is gonna take a bunch from frustration, and even if it doesn't, I'll just confuse rate it again and then substitute it, and then it'll just be immobilized and hitting itself, and I'll just keep on frustrating it. And it only has like 8 Moonlights. Moonlight only has 8 PP, and they already used like 1 or 2, so yeah. Regigigas was just gonna claim that life too. So 2 people forfeited because of Regigigas. That's what I'm talking about. Now, next game we got is versus Cream, and look at Cream's team. Very cute. Very, just a bunch of cute Pokemon. We got Rabombi, Lopunny, we got Magearna, Gardevoir, we have Shaman, and Centino. Very cute team, Cream. Not bad, not bad. Makes me want to drink some cream now. But anyways, looking at Cream's team, actually pretty threatening because they could have the option of Sticky Webs, Magearna, very scary Pokemon with its potential Z-move sets. I mean, Magearna Calm Mind could be dangerous. Mega Lopunny, very dangerous because it could have just overwhelming power with high jump kick in return, really fast. So yeah, Centino also a very menacing Pokemon, but hopefully they don't lead off of Centino because that guy has Skill Link and could hit multiple times, and that could break my Smeargle's lead because it breaks Focus Sash because it hits multiple times. And they do lead off with Centino, and I'll lead off with Smeargle, so not looking too good for my lead, but we're going to switch out because I know for a fact that Centino's going to go for an attack and, you know, try and knock out my Smeargle, so I can go into my Meganium. And beautiful thing about Rocky Helmet Meganium is you're going to take those hits 5 times, which is very, very awesome. Going for the Tail Slap, which is amazing. They took all that damage from Meganium for Rocky Helmet. That is beautiful. Now they go for Rock Blast because that's not a contact move. Tail Slap is a contact move. But Tail Slap is backed by Stab. Same type attack bonus. Rock Blast is not, so it does not do enough to where it can knock out Meganium. They also got a critical hit too. So I go for Senses, get some HP back, and now I predicted that miss right there. Easy prediction, you know, 90% chance for the Rock Blast hit, but nope, they missed. 10% chance for them to miss. I predicted that. Nothing more, nothing less. No, I definitely did not predict that. But it worked out. I just went for Giga Drain just because I was like, okay, that Rock Blast did a lot, so I was just gonna, like, you know, go for Giga Drain since there's no point of synthesizing up. So yeah, in comes Mega Lopunny. Meganium actually picked up a KO again, which is amazing. I love that. I mean, not a surprise. Meganium always picking up a KO in a battle. Always. That's Meganium for you. My flower dinosaur. Love Meganium. I don't care what anyone says. If they say Meganium trash, I talk to the hand. Okay? Talk to the hand. Anyways, Mega Lopunny goes for some power punches, raising its attack. That's fine. I'm just going to keep on clicking Synthesis because this Mega Lopunny encores me. You can encore me all you want. You can raise your attack all you want. That is fine because you're taking the Rocky Helmet chip that I need. I want. And most importantly, I have Smeargle in the back with Sticky Webs and, you know, Spore. So I would just Spore this Mega Lopunny and then probably just like U-turn it out into something and just like deal with Mega Lopunny like that. And if it wakes up, then I'll just Spore it again because as long as I don't lose my Smeargle, I should be good. But they'll probably break my Sash, so I'll probably have to knock out Mega Lopunny while asleep, and if I don't, then I'll probably just get swept by it. But I'm going to take the riskier routes. I'm going to go with Kecleon and go for Fake Out. I don't know if it's risky though, because I mean Kecleon has pretty good attack, honestly. So I go for Fake Out, doesn't do too much, and now I'm gonna go for Sucker Punch, and luckily it knocks out Mega Lavany. Not bad, Kecleon. Knocked out most of that Sucker Punch Fake Out, and knocked out Mega Lopunny with that Fake Out Sucker Punch, looking pretty damn good. So in comes Magearna, can't really do too much to it except for Drain Punch. So might as well just status it with Regigigas. I mean, hey, Regigigas should be able to live anything Magearna goes for, unless it's gonna be all out pummel Fighting Z. Oh no, that's not Fighting Z. That looks to be a Fairy MZ. Now that's a hard-hitting move too. That is Flare Cannon back to Magearna. Now you don't mess around with Flare Cannon, Fairy MZ Magearna. That guy, that girl, that it sweeps teams left and right. You do not mess around with that. But Regigigas bulking up to live. Thunder Wave, Yellow Color Magic. Halving Magearna's speed, but Shift Gear does double its speed too, so... well, not double it, but raise its speed by 2. And then we half it with the Thunder Wave, and we get some nice full paralyze, 25% chance, and then we confuse rates as well. Regigigas doing what it does best, living hits, statusing, hexing, and Magearna hits itself in the face with confusion. So we go for a substitute. We just gotta wait until Regigigas gets its act together. Hopefully this Magearna is not running max speed too, because it does outspeed Regigigas even when it's paralyzed. So I just gotta hope and pray that it's not gonna be max speed, because it hits like 251, I'm pretty sure, and my Regigigas hits like 230 or 220 right now. Well, not at level 50, it's like half of that at level 50, but level 100 I'm talking about. But yeah, confused, still breaking through even the paralyzing confused. So this Magearna is fighting for its life, its soul, heart. It's fighting for its soul heart, yes. And my frustrations are not doing anything, obviously, because it is resisted and my attack is halved. But finally we got our act together. Now I'm praying that I'm faster, but it looks like this Magearna is gonna be faster, running max speed, and it knocks me out with the Flare Cannon. Dang flabbit. I lost my Regigigas. But hey, it stopped the Magearna from sweeping my team, so that is what's most important. Regigigas, you did amazing. You got that Thunder Wave off, and that allows my Electivire to come in, knock out Magearna with the Earthquake, and you got enough chip on the Magearna so that my Electivire can knock it out with Earthquake, because the rest of my team will just get swept by Magearna, let's be honest. It just gets outright swept if I didn't status it. Somehow, some way, I defeated a Fairy MZ Ice Beam on Magearna with probably Thunderbolt too. So now in comes Ribombee. Unfortunately, this Ribombee is bulking up to live the Wild Charge. It could have been Focus Sash anyways though. Ribombee, that's like one of the most standard sets. Focus Sash or like Specs Ribombee, I'd say. But they're going to be Quiver Dance, most likely Focus Sash. So Electivire got some chip off with Wild Charge, well, a lot of chip. Unfortunately, it does get knocked out by Moonblast, but I get to go into Kecleon and go for that nice Fake Out priority and knock out that Ribombee. Now Ribombee doesn't even get affected by flinching Fake Outs because of its ability to shield death, so luckily I didn't have to go for Fake Outs, and it would be healthy enough to live a Fake Out, because that would suck. I would have to take a Moonblast to the face at +1 special attack. So in comes Gardevoir, and I knock off its Choice Scarf. It does trace my Protean, so it does turn into whatever type it goes for, you know, with its moves. So you turn it to a Fairy type, and then turn into a Fighting type, or she. I always say he. It's just a habit, okay? And yeah, Smeargle gonna come on out because Kecleon does go down, but that's fine. It was a necessary sack because I wanted to get rid of that Choice Scarf so my Swoobat can come in and outspeed their entire team, hopefully, unless it's going to be Choice Scarf Shaman as well, which would be pretty interesting because they run 2 Choice Scarfers, but hey, that's a set too. I've ran Shaman's Scarf before in RU. This is anything goes though. But yeah, we get a Spore off on Gardevoir, which is really nice, and now we go for U-turn because no reason to get up Webs or Stealth Rocks because Swoobat naturally just outspeeds everything, and if they're Scarfed, I should be able to live any Scarf hit, and they actually do turn out to be Choice Scarf, so I'm like, wow, that is pretty dope. So Shaman with the Air Slash, potential to flinch me as well. I'm just praying it does not flinch me. I go for Calm Mind because I want to ensure that I can, you know, have a nice powerful hit off to knock out the Shaman and knock out Gardevoir in one hit. Because even with Life Orb, Swoobat might not be able to knock out Shaman in one hit. I don't know. It's just not the most strongest Pokemon. And luckily with the simple ability, we raise our special attack and special defense by 2. And that is where Cream forfeits. Because Gardevoir was left. So everybody be forfeiting against this ZU team. I'm telling you. I am telling you. This team, somehow good. Somehow good. When you play versus anything goes teams. So Cream was actually a really scary opponent, but Regigigas Thunder Wave and that Magearna worked out like a charm, and everything else kind of worked out like a charm. It was beautiful. So next up we got is going to be versus Eli. And Eli that got that Mimikyu, that's going to be annoying to deal with because it has that disguise ability, but hopefully I can deal with it. Could be Charizard X or Y. Buzzwole, pretty terrifying because I don't got too good switch-ins to it. Bug types are one thing I don't got good switch-ins to again with this team. Everything doesn't appreciate bug. I have no bug switching. And there's a Gallipspot right there with first impression staring me down, so it's going to be tough. But if I can get my rocks up, then Gallipspot might be able to be dealt with. And rocks look amazing versus Eli's team. We got Charizard on there taking half damage, so I just gotta get those up, and hopefully they're not gonna be like Defog Hydreigon or even Defog Charizard. So I'll lead off with Smeargle. Also, this was a a rematch battle because the first battle I was doing pretty good and then it just DC'd. So I was like, okay, fine, we could do another battle. They changed the lead on me. They let off with something else, and then I got my hazards up, and then it just DC'd. So I don't know what happened with that, but hey. This one didn't DC, so that's good. Somehow people just be DCing whenever I be winning. I don't know. They just drop their DS or something like that. But regardless, I still got my rocks up, which is really good. Your boy Bugma getting slept on, which is really nice. And we get to go into Electivire, but he wakes up, which is unfortunate. And on top of that, he leech life me. And that does 10 million. Is that an insect plate? Gallipspot, Jesus Christ, that does so much. But yeah, just go for Wild Charge as in comes the Hydreigon, Trioxhydra. I think that's how you say it. Trioxhydra. Yeah, very nice name. And we are just gonna blow back this Hydreigon with the all-out pummel. Luckily, this is not a max speed Hydreigon. I don't know what kind of Hydreigon, like what kind of speed it's running. I mean, Hydreigon max speed does outspeed Electivire, but he could be just, modest nature. I don't know. That is a set too. You could run Modest Nature on Hydreigon, but most of the time you would see probably like max speed. But luckily he's not, and luckily Electivire does knock it out. Usually you'd see Choice Scarf Hydreigon too, but this is anything goes here, and really anybody can run anything. So in comes Gallipspot. Gonna knock my Smeargle out. I want to keep Electivire because hey, just maybe he doesn't have Aqua Jet. I mean, he did switch out against me last time when he went for Leech Life, so yeah, he's probably scared of my Electivire. So we can go for another Wild Charge, try and knock out the Gallipspot as much as possible. He was into his own Electivire, which is interesting. I mean, he does get that Motor Drive, which is a nice immunity for electric moves, but I do have Earthquake. And I remember the last game we had, he was Life Orb Earthquake, and yeah, he was, well, I mean, he shouldn't know. Electivire has Earthquake in its arsenal. I guess maybe he thought he'd live, or maybe he thought he'd be faster, but nope. Especially because I got my Sticky Webs up, so it should be like, neutral speed, but maybe he's not running max speed Electivire because Hydreigon wasn't max speed, so I can just only assume. But yeah. I don't know why he just didn't bring in Buzzwole. Buzzwole kind of takes my Electivire on. But regardless, he knocks me out. I just finally sack my Electivire because, I don't have a switch in the first impression. Now I'm going to Meganium, which is a rock helmet, and I can get some nice Giga Drain damage off on that Gallipspot and put it into first impression. I mean, not put it into first impression, put it into emergency exit, so where he gets switched out. But he switched into Buzzwole, so yeah. Doesn't do too much to Buzzwole, and I get a nice Toxic off on it, and now he goes for that lunge, and jeez, that does so much, but Meganium lives, which is awesome. Almost getting knocked out. Now I just go for a Synthesis, because maybe, just maybe, I can keep Meganium and be able to live another hit. But they go for that Z move all up pummel. Man, everybody loves going for their Z all up pummel on my Meganium. What is this? All up pummeling my Meganium left and right. You just love squishing these dinosaur flowers. You just, man, they just love destroying Meganium. They just love saying Meganium sucks. They love saying Meganium is trash. And they just love destroying Meganium. What did Meganium ever do to you? It just wants to live its life and eat plants and Giga Drain things and aromatherapy. We got aromatherapy on Meganium as well. And Synthesis. Enjoy the sun. But anyways, yeah. I bring in Swoobat. I don't really need the damage on Buzzwole. Probably should have just brought in Swoobat anyways on Buzzwole, but how was I supposed to predict that all pummels to come out right there? I thought he would just go for another lunge, honestly. I mean, no drawback play to go for a lunge versus a team with no bug resist. But okay. So in comes Charizard. And I do have Speed Charizard. I'm just going to hope that this Air Slash can knock out Charizard with Life Orb, and it does. So that is beautiful. That is looking pretty nice. Okay, maybe, just maybe I have a shot. Because they lose their Charizard right there. In comes your boy Bugma again, though. They get that emergency exit, though, so that is pretty nice. Gotta love emergency exit, just switching it out right when you take rocks damage when you're lower than 50%. So looking pretty good. In comes Mimikyu, just going to go for the air slash. Mimikyu, I want to break that disguise as much as possible, and maybe I get a flinch too. But no flinch today, and Mimikyu goes for the Shadow Claw and knock out my Swoobat. So, yeah, I have Regigigas, and I don't really have a move to hit Mimikyu, which is unfortunate, but you know what Regigigas does, and it does it best. We can go for the Will-O-Wisp and the Thunder Wave, and unfortunately they do miss a play rough right there, which I could take that, but it wouldn't do too much, but it would be a nice chip, that's for sure. So we got the nice Thunder Wave off, make that Mimikyu nice and slow, and we go for the Confuse, so maybe it can hit itself in the face, so that's the only damage we can really do to Mimikyu, and we're just gotta hope and pray that you know, it hits itself in the face a bunch of times with Confuse. Because that's really all I can do at this point, other than my other Pokemon. But my other Pokemon, I want to keep that in back just for now. I don't want to bring it out just yet. So they go for Swords Dance, kind of scary, and then they go for Mimic as well, which is interesting. I haven't really seen a Mimikyu ever, but hey, they copy my frustration, so that's pretty cool. I'm just going to go for another Confuse Ray, just hope that this Mimikyu hits itself, as always. I don't really want full Paras, though. But the full pair is just there to make it slower from my Regigigas in the beginning, and also I guess just full pairs are nice too. But not nice when you can't touch Mimikyu. So I was really thinking of switching out this Regigigas, but it was a little risky because he already Swords Danced up and all that. Like, I just didn't want to switch out and then get play roughed or Shadow Clawed, you know. So yeah, and plus Kecleon can't really do too much with knockoff. Mimikyu probably will live it, and if I go Sucker Punch, maybe it'll knock it out because hey. It's pretty good damage. And if this Mimikyu still has its item, knock off, I can knock it off. But I don't know if it has an item because I don't see any life for it. Maybe he's running dual Z-move because he already had one Z-mover and he already used it. So he can't use Z-move on Mimikyu, but he could have dual Z-move. Some people do like to run multiple Z-movers. Like Mimikyu DMZ or Ghost DMZ is pretty viable. And I mean, the really only other set is Life Orb or Red Card. Maybe he is Red Card though. And we'll never find out because I don't ever touch this Mimikyu. So I think I actually misplayed right there. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Usually, like I said, I do my battles live. I didn't click sub right there, which is a misplay. Always click sub. I had enough HP to sub, but I just didn't do that. I don't know why. I think did I click Confuse Ray when he was already confused? I don't know. Anyways, I misclicked, which is unfortunate. But luckily, this Kecleon is able to knock out the Mimikyu. And last mon is going to be Gliscod, but Gliscod lives on a sliver of HP. And my Kecleon is going to be a dark type, which is super effective, or you know, takes super effective damage from bug moves. And that first impression is going to clap my Kecleon, and then that's going to be GG versus Eli. So very unfortunate turn of events. The last turns of the game. Yeah, I just kind of misclicked. Yeah, that's all there is to it. That just happens in Wi-Fi battles. And yeah, Kecleon, I just didn't have a move to hit Mimikyu where it doesn't turn me into a type where, you know, Gliscod will knock me out first impression, but that's okay. It was still a really close game. That was pretty nice. Not a bad game. That was pretty much GG. Okay? That's pretty much GG. But yeah, that's the team. That's the battles for you today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do your thing. Really like this team a lot. And definitely going to be using some more Meganium in the future and all these mods in the future because they're really fun to use. And yeah, you can join my Discord. Link is in the description down below. You can battle other people there as well. And that's where I get most of my battles when you message me. And yeah, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Link is in the description down below. Thanks for watching. Love you. Peace, peace.